An interesting thing about narcissists is how they feel entitled to you and your time, the way they feel entitled to people's time generally. When they look at themselves and when they look at other people, they don't really see themselves as being on the same playing field. They see themselves as above everyone else. And what that means is they they think people should go out of their way to serve the narcissist, that people should give the narcissist an unusual amount of their time and attention. And the narcissist feels offended, they suffer narcissistic injuries when people come across somewhat indifferent towards them or aren't naturally compelled to just give the narcissist their full and undivided time and attention. And because of this entitlement and this kind of desire just to get people to serve them, narcissists when they consider people, whether it's a romantic partner, family members, acquaintances, even friends, anyone really, they're always thinking, how can those people serve them? How can they get the people to do something for them? And the narcissist is always thinking about how they can get people to serve them. For them, the whole idea of like a give and take type relationship with people, it doesn't really cross their mind. And strangely, narcissists so often are oblivious or just ignorant to the fact that people don't look highly on those attitudes, which is, you know, their very kind of selfish orientation, selfish just mannerisms, and the way they come across just trying to get people to serve them, their own agenda, their own interests. Because people notice that. People notice when other people are just kind of using you and only have their interests in mind and not yours. And people don't feel great about that. But because of the narcissist deep down, because they feel they're above other people, and because they feel they're entitled to people's time and attention, and because they feel and want people to serve them, it really barely crosses their mind, or it doesn't even cross their mind at all, the fact that people frown on that and that people might not feel positively towards them because of that. And the narcissist just is kind of ignorant to that. They don't really allow themselves to see things for the way they are. And what that all kind of culminates into is a lot of, people, even if people don't know that the narcissist is a narcissist, they do know that the narcissist has certain behaviors that are just off-putting. They'll see the person as just being off-putting, a bit toxic, a bit selfish, a bit untrustworthy. Like, people will notice those things about the narcissist, even if they don't know that the person is disordered. And the funny thing about narcissists is they don't seem to realize that people notice that their behaviors are just off-putting, unfair, undesirable, and just kind of don't want anything to do with them. Narcissists don't really realize that. They could walk into a group of 10 acquaintances or 10 friends, and the friends could be, could have spoken about the narcissist behind their back, kind of recognizing these attitudes, but the narcissist just doesn't really feel that anything's off. Even if you really spell it out to them, they still don't get it. Because time and time again, people tell the narcissist, look, these behaviors are not really good. They're putting people off. They're causing you not to have healthy relationships with people. Even if you bring these things to their attention, more often than not, they'll very quickly forget it. It goes in one ear, it goes out the other, and then they're right back to their old ways. But the overarching theme that I just wanted to touch on was how narcissists have this strangely powerful sense of entitlement. I bet they themselves don't even know where it comes from, but they have it. And even if they're covert in nature and aren't shouting out for attention, they feel entitled to people's attention, people's time, people's service, people's efforts. They feel that people should go out of their ways to serve them, and in a very unreasonable way. But as they're thinking about all this, they're only thinking about it from a take perspective. They don't think about it from a give and take perspective. And if they ever do give, which oftentimes they do when they're like in a new relationship with somebody, whether it's romantic or friendship or otherwise, when they do give at the beginning, it's a very calculated giving where they're trying to get the person kind of on board and into liking them so that they can then use the person more later. But for the most part, it's a very one-sided expectation. And in their minds, it's fair. In the narcissist mind, it's completely fair that they only take from people. Why should they give? After all, they're above everybody else. They were born more entitled. It is what it is. That's how they think anyway. So you can't change the way they think. And you can't really reason with them either. So what that leaves you with are two things, really. You either walk away and have nothing to do with them, which sometimes is the best thing. Oftentimes it is. Or you have strong boundaries in place. And that's something you need to work on regardless. Because even if you can walk away from one narcissist, at some point there's going to be another one in your life that you can't run away from. So you might as well build up those boundaries so people can't use you, they can't manipulate you, and can't take advantage of you.